Hey guys, so I just got back from China and my gosh, it's such an eye-opening trip. I am just pleasantly surprised by how much we can see and learn there in China. The last time I set foot in the country was probably 14 years ago, but so much has changed since. This time I went to Beijing, in which I'll share more about my trip in another video, so stay tuned to that. Despite being able to speak a fair amount of conversational level of Chinese Mandarin and Beijing being a big modernizing city, I found that I still have to use quite a bit of Google Translate, especially for getting around, ordering local street food, and even in the attractions and museums. So, here are 6 absolute must-know tips and lessons I learned from my recent trip to Beijing. I wish I knew before going to China in 2025, and I want to share this with you. If you're ever going to China or planning on visiting China sometime soon, these 6 tips will help make your travel so much easier and save you more time. So let's get started. This is probably the number one thing you need to do first, is to get roaming or an eSIM. Not even VPN, as I have tested it. With VPN, you won't be able to access non-Chinese apps like Google, WhatsApp, or Instagram. eSIM works well. You can also get a very affordable eSIM online, according to the number of days you'll be in China. But for me, I opted for roaming, as I'll be traveling to Macau and Hong Kong besides China within a week, so it's easier for me. I didn't have to switch to different eSIMs. Once you've landed and have gotten your data sorted, next you need to use a transportation system in China. Now that's where downloading Alipay app comes in handy. I mainly use it for the metro, booking a Didi, which is also equivalent to an Uber or Grab, and just about any other payments at stores in China. I arrived at the airport slightly late past midnight, so I booked a Didi within the Alipay app, and my goodness, it was super efficient. I got a driver almost immediately, so pro tip, book only when you're ready to ride. Another bonus pro tip: now there will be a lot of taxi drivers at the airport asking if you need a ride. Don't worry, just be gracious and say thank you, you've already booked a Didi, and just stay focused and head straight to looking for your Didi driver, as the other drivers can be quite persistent. Tip number 3, this one is straightforward. Just download the Google Translate app, and especially if you can't speak or read in Chinese, this will come in very handy, especially when reading the menu. As Google Maps doesn't really work in China, you can download Amaps or use Bing Maps. I used Bing Maps and it works really well for me. All the directions and trains were accurate, except just be prepared there will be some slight inconveniences, as some locations are only available in Chinese. So the hack is that you can copy the entire address and paste it to the map. Another pro tip is to take screenshots of the directions in your map. On the last day of China, I was rushing to the train station to go to another city, and luckily I had taken a screenshot of the directions in the map, which saved me so much time, instead of reopening the map and waiting for it to load again. So the screenshot was so helpful, especially when time is of essence to you, like mine. Thanks to that, I made it to board my train on time. Tip number 5, bring your passport everywhere with you. Literally everywhere. Trust me on this one, you'll need this at all attractions. There were ID checkpoints even on a pedestrian street when I was there, so make sure you don't forget this one. Tip number 6, if you are planning to visit the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square, you will need to make a booking online at least a day in advance. Sadly, I didn't know prior, so I didn't get to visit the Tiananmen Square. I just got lucky at the Forbidden City and somehow managed to visit without a booking. But you can learn from my mistakes and remember to book your visit in advance to see both the Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square, as they are located next to each other. Lastly, a bonus tip for you is bring some China currency cash with you. I learned this by experience. There were a few times my Alipay scan was not working, but luckily I had cash with me and could make payment without a problem. Well, in general, you can pay for most things with Alipay in China, even at small stores or at the local markets. But I'd say having some cash with you when traveling is really important when your app or network is interrupted. That's it, guys. Just these 7 tips will be sure to help you to get a great start to your adventures in China. I hope you find it helpful, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm so excited to see you again in the next video. Ciao, ciao.